Carolina. Parts of Florida, though, still underwater from a lot of rain and some storm surge. And up and down the Atlantic coast, folks are bracing for the effects the storm could have on their Labor Day plans. Let's get a fix on the situation right now and the outlook. Meteorologist Brian Vandegraff standing by with a really nice day here, but that's about to change, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah, we were going to have some clouds building in here, Dave. In fact, those high clouds, outer bands of clouds from Hermine continue to work their way overhead. We still have some blue. It's filtered sunshine, but you can see some of those high clouds. 73, though. East-northeasterly breeze. It is downright beautiful out there compared to where we could be. And next week we'll be back in the 90s, so enjoy this cooler air. 77 Leesburg, Manassas, 76 Andrews and Pax through the afternoon. Those high clouds filter in and thicken up. It's still a beautiful afternoon. No rain clouds, just high clouds thickening up. Still keep an eye on the tropics right now, and as these clouds continue to thicken up into the afternoon, we'll get no rain out of these clouds, but we will see those clouds thickening up. Could make for a pretty nice sunset later tonight. As far as our chances for rain and precipitation, they do arrive, but not until tomorrow, and even then, I think our rain chances are slight. Clouds, though, will be a little bit thicker. Dave?
Brian, thank you. Hermine came ashore on Florida's Gulf Coast early this morning. She brought rains, 80-mile-an-hour winds. That created flooding, downed trees, and a lot of power outages. States of emergency were declared in Florida and Georgia, and folks are just now starting to get their arms around the damage she left behind. Diane Gallagher is standing by for us live in Apalachicola, Florida for us this afternoon, where you folks escaped the full-on brunt of the storm. Diane, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dave. That's right. And I know, we were talking earlier. It's sunny. There's just a little bit of a breeze. It's quite comfortable here. You'd never guess that a hurricane did pass through, and really that this was believed to be where it would make landfall in the wee hours of the morning. Instead, it kind of went off to the east a little bit, so Apalachicola avoided the majority of it, but it was still a pretty damaging storm in parts of Florida. More than 100,000 power outages, and they're still trying to assess that damage here in the state today. The first hurricane to hit Florida in 11 years. Hermine made landfall near St. Mark's, Florida overnight, pounding Florida's Gulf Coast with heavy rains and high winds.
Quite candidly, this is one of the worst that we've seen in the city in a long time.
On the hard-hit island of Cedar Key, officials say a storm surge there has devastated the community.
The majority of the businesses down there, they don't have a front anymore. The water comes through the back door and went out the front like that and just tore everything to pieces.
Officials across the impacted area telling people today, stay indoors and off the roads.
Don't drive into flooded areas. Keep out of the water. Don't let your kids play in the water. There could be power lines in the water. There could be snakes. In this area, there could even be alligators.
As Tropical Storm Hermine heads across Florida towards Georgia and the Carolinas, people are being encouraged to get ready.
Our goal is to be over-prepared and underwhelmed when it comes to this storm. We want everyone to please be safe.
Forecasters are warning this storm will be dangerous throughout the Labor Day weekend.
It could spend more than 2 days sitting in this general area off the mid-Atlantic and northeast coast. A system that is not moving can be big trouble, because that means whatever rainfall is occurring could happen for not only hours but days in some spots.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we are already seeing some of that. We've got some damage in Georgia on the coastal areas there, some significant storm surge in South Carolina, and of course, the remnants even of the tropical storm moving up the eastern seaboard throughout the duration of this long holiday weekend. So even if there's not a lot of physical damage, some economic damage to those coastal communities back here in Florida, really it's about the power outages, Dave. More than 100,000 just in Tallahassee alone. It takes time to get to all of those. They were impeded by high winds still this morning, so it's gonna be a while. Some people may still not have it out into the weekend. It is hot already again, so it's something that they really need to get to quickly, but for the most part avoided what they were hoping to here in Florida.
Diane Gallagher for us live in Apalachicola. Diane, many thanks. About 20 minutes now before 1 o'clock. A lot of folks are going to look at that and think, you know what? I might as well make that run to the beach. It's Labor Day. It's sort of the end of summer, and a lot of plans have already been made. Yeah, and they ought to be able to enjoy it if they can.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Well, If we have anyone in the D.C. area heading to the beach, here's what you need to know traffic-wise. You know, 50 not too bad as you pass here by St. Margaret's. Yeah, I know, you get a great idea. The traffic's up to speed. So if you are going, you get that half day at work today, which hopefully you do. Or if you're at home right now waiting for your husband or wife to get that half day, go ahead and pack up the car. So as soon as they get home, you guys can head out and get out here on 50. So right near St. Margaret's, we're good. Here's another look, which is a little bit closer towards the Bay Bridge, and you can see not bad at all near Sandy Point. Approaching the toll plaza, we're in great shape. So again, now's the time to leave if you are heading towards Rehoboth, Ocean City, Bethany Beach. 66, we're starting here with a look at Nutley Street then. Not bad. We definitely have a little bit of volume in both directions, heading inbound and outbound. Nothing that's a slowdown. We're still moving very well in the 50s, both directions. And that's that whole stretch from Centerville, continuing closer towards East Falls Church and even getting into Arlington. We're not bad at all. A few areas of yellow and red popping up. Mainly, we're just going to see that 3rd Street Tunnel, Southeast-Southwest Freeway, also on 295 in both directions. This 8 miles per hour is because of some slowing heading northbound 3rd Street Tunnel with a little bit of road work right after Mass Ave. But that is it. Nothing else to worry about. Dave, back to you.
Jamie, thank you. Now to the story of a Columbia Heights woman who's been living without water for 2